Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is about principles of costing, and today we're going to practice answering some exam questions about costing techniques. Let's go to our sample questions. Number 1, ABC Limited make a single product. A production level of 2,500 units has the following costs. We have these three costs: the material, labor, and overheads. Letter A. Complete the table below to show the total cost per unit at a production level of 2,500 units, absorbing the overheads over the number of units produced. Enter your answers to 2 decimal places. So we are going to enter the cost here, which is the cost by element, and we are going to enter the unit production costs, which is the cost per unit. So we will just select the cost. So let's select materials, since this is the first cost that we have in here. Remember, the figures that we can see here are the cost for producing 2,500 units. But what we need to put in the table is the cost of 1 unit. First, let's calculate how much is the total cost of the materials. They used 800 kilos of materials. Let's multiply it by the price per kilo, which is 15 pounds. And we got 12,000 pounds. This is the total cost of the materials. Then let's divide it by the number of units, which is 2,500, and we got £4.80. So this is our unit production cost. Next, let's choose the second cost here, which is labor. Let's get the total cost first. It took 2,800 hours to produce 2,500 units. So let's multiply it by the rate per hour, which is 12 pounds. And we got 33,600. So this is the total cost of labor. Then let's divide it by the number of units, which is 2,500, and we got 13.44. So this is our unit production cost. Next, the only remaining cost here is the overheads. But if you look at the table, we have 2 remaining rows. If we take a look at the options, we have 4 options. So it means we have to enter all of them into the 4 rows that we have here in this table. So how do we determine which one should we choose first? Either direct cost or overheads. Remember that materials and labor are both direct cost, and the overheads is an indirect cost. So we should not mix the overheads with these 2 direct costs. So let's put direct cost first and get the total of these 2. £4.80 plus £13.44, and we got £18.24. So this is our direct cost. Then the last one is overheads. Since 28,000 is the total overhead cost to produce 2,500 units, let's divide it by the number of units, and we got £11.20. Then double check your calculations for each row by calculating them again. Then double check this total here. It should be the total of the materials, labor, and overheads. Next, let's move on to the next question. Number 2, XYZ Limited produced 46 units in a week, taking the full 35 hours. Calculate the labor cost for each scenario. Enter your answers to 2 decimal places. So we have to enter the labor cost per unit here. First, scenario A, production staff are paid 35 hours per week at £15.50 per hour. First, let's get the total labor cost for a week in producing 46 units. Let's multiply 35 hours by the rate per hour, which is £15.50, and we got £542.50. So this is the total labor cost for 46 units. Now let's divide it by the number of units. Then let's round off to 2 decimal places, and we got 11.79 pounds. And this is our labor cost per unit. Next, scenario B, production staff are paid £10.50 for each unit fully completed, with at least £500 being paid at the end of each week. First, let's get the total labor cost for a week in producing 46 units. Let's multiply 46 units by the rate per unit, which is £10.50, and we got £483. But remember, production staff are paid at least £500 per week, meaning if they earn less than £500, they will still be paid £500 because that is the minimum pay per week. So let's divide £500 by the number of units, which is 46, then round it off to 2 decimal places, and we got £10.87. So this is our labor cost per unit. Before I end this video, let me just give you some quick tips, which I always mention in most of my videos. Remember, in answering exam questions, you have to follow the instructions like this, and also to pay attention to all the information given, such as this. And lastly, always double check your calculations. You have plenty of time to calculate them again. And that's it for today's video. I hope you find it useful. If you want to watch more videos like this, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.